I'd never experienced anything like that in my life. I just never felt.
I'd encountered nothing like that in my life. I simply never thought I simply never encountered that before many individuals have been intently observing Golden since her claim with Johnny, and all through that preliminary, various stunning disclosures arose, leaving the general population in a condition of significant awe by Fearless. By the preliminary Golden showed up in the Aquaman 2 trailer. Hello, I'm Golden Herd. I'm Jason Momoa, meet Jason Moore anyway. As per reports, the trailer was a failure now. It seems Jason is standing up, purportedly expressing that the trailer was at first extremely exciting, at the end of the day bombed because of Golden's short appearance. Regardless of whether it was only for seconds, don't converse with her, so how would you know Golden? So you cooperate as entertainers, right? Well, apparently Jason has much more to say regarding the reason why the trailer was a lemon. In spite of placing in each conceivable ounce of difficult work, we should plunge into his experiences. Jason Momoa, the lead star of the famous Aquaman superhuman film series, seems to have remarked on the simple presence of his co-star Golden Herd. From the most recent film trailer, albeit Herd, who assumes a critical part in the series, was prominently missing from key scenes, displayed in the special clasp in a genuine meeting. Momoa commented, the wonderful thing about Aquaman and the Lost Realm is me and my accomplice composed the primary treatment for itself, and it was around a 50-page treatment, and a ton of it needs to manage me conversing with the UN about what's going on with the dissolving ice covers. Currently, fans have been hypothesizing about the explanations for group's decreased perceivability in the special materials, with speculations going from potential plot spoilers to in the background governmental issues. Anyway, Momoa stressed solidarity and fellowship among the cast, expressing there's no distant system coming to obliterate us or outsiders from somewhere else. It's us destroying our planet. We really want to take care of business and save our home anyway. Bits of hearsay are circling that Aquaman 2 is confronting huge difficulties with cases of lamentable late test screenings, and Golden Herd is overall decisively accused. This isn't whenever there first have been notices of issues encompassing Aquaman 2. The previous summer reports recommended that Warner Brothers president David Zaslav was not satisfied with the movie, and subsequently, a declaration about the delivery date being pushed back was made. Streaming is an intense business, and we had an alternate thought. Our streaming business ought to remain solitary, and it ought to be productive and seriously beneficial. We have now reports from various sources keep on guaranteeing that Warner Brothers held test screenings for Aquaman 2. And the criticism wasn't positive, especially considering the pessimistic exposure that Golden brought to the establishment eyes during her severe court fight with Johnny Depp. Accordingly, Jason Momoa has recognized the lemon of the test screening, yet hasn't communicated lament about working with Golden Herd for the job of Mara in Aquaman singles. Which studio contracted with Golden Herd? The DC Expanded Universe's new motion pictures have to be sure confronted huge difficulties, as proven by the reports in regards to Aquaman in the Lost Realm. The establishment has been encountering a condition of constant change for a really long time, while the arrangement of James Gunn and Peter Safran as heads of DC Studios might actually balance out the circumstance. The fate of the establishment might come to the detriment of its flow movie record. The Chew has for sure confronted a progression of critical difficulties, including Henry Cavill's flight as Superman, Patty Jenkins pulling back from Marvel Lady, 3 impossible changes in Jason Momoa's job following Aquaman, and the Lost Realm. Anyway, the greatest worry for the Chew right now seems, by all accounts, to be the pessimistic input in debate encompassing its impending undertaking. Aquaman 2, the continuation of Jason Momoa's movie, has gone through broad reshoots and has been encircled by contention, especially in regards to the contribution of Golden Herd Oak. Assuming that she's in there, she's in here, you realize I mean. Like, I didn't watch the preliminary. I heard pieces and pieces about how horrendous an individual she was, obviously Aquaman. And the Lost Realm has experienced different difficulties and discussions, remembering worries from fans in regards to Golden Herd's association for the movie following her fight in court with Johnny Depp. The various postponements and detailed issues have added to the intricacies encompassing the film's creation and delivery. Aquaman here, he was supposedly reworked as Lobo Jason Momoa, certainly fits Lobo like to the T, talking about Heard's concise appearance in the Authority trailer of Aquaman 2 has without a doubt worked up a huge reaction on the web. In the trailer, she is seen for only a brief instant beating on a glass window, submerged. A few fans have likewise professed to detect one more short appearance of Golden sitting on the grass. It's quite important that Golden assumes the part of Mera, the old flame of Aquaman, and her personality played a huge part in the principal film. Anyway, her job in the spin-off seems to have been diminished following her fight in court and slender body of evidence against her entertainer spouse, Johnny Depp. One individual composed she's detestable. It makes me snicker that JD has been pushed out of such countless movies he was going to concoct due to that wretched rationalization for a lady. Yet he was the guiltless one who lied, swindled, went after and mishandled him. At this point, she's still in films. I can't help thinking about what she has on them. I, like numerous other JD fans, will watch each movie makes, yet the impossible will become possible before I will at any point watch her. As a matter of fact, I can't muster the energy to care, assuming the impossible became possible. I won't certainly ever watch a movie of hers, regardless of whether she's in it. Briefly, one more continued, adding, "Sorry, Jason," cracking adoration. You sincerely yet can't tolerate watching the shrewd lady. I'm so finished with her face. Probably been intense, an intense one working with her. Simply her bizarre looks make me never truly saw the science with her and Johnny as a wedded couple. It is possible that they seem to be two sculptures close to one another, miserable. And to you, during her preliminaries, Golden Herd clarified that she had contended energetically to get her job as Mera, confronting various difficulties and challenges en route. She said, "I contended energetically to remain in the film. They would have rather excluded me in the movie anyway." It's clear that there has been a lot of discussion and disappointment among fans in regards to the entertainers in the film. Furthermore, reports of different reshoots and expected changes to the movie construction, for example, expanding Benedict's contribution to eclipse Golden's job, have simply added to the hypothesis and concerns encompassing Aquaman and the Lost Realm. These and the background improvements and fan opinions can without a doubt affect the general view of the movie. When it is delivered, the disclosure that the most recent test screening prompted critical plot changes has naturally ignited worries among fans. The choice to hold Golden in the movie, in spite of content modifications, brings up issues about what these progressions could mean for the general nature of the content. Fans are logical, inquisitive about whether the content will endure or work on accordingly. It's apparent that James Wan has been investing critical energy to create Aquaman and the Lost Realm, all that it tends to be anyway. It's vital to take note of that this film denotes the finish of the Aquaman series, as affirmed by James Gunn. While there might be theory about whether the progressions made were pointed toward keeping up with the movie's place inside the zoo, apparently this won't be the case. The future of the Chew and its association with this specific movie series is by all accounts going through a shift, making Aquaman and the Lost Realm a critical achievement in the establishment. Well, James Gunn's running it well, that is news. And like, I was very invigorated on the grounds that Peter Safran, his family, and presently those two people will be running DC. The impending film will stand freely absent any trace of any associations with the current establishment. This approach holds the possibility to improve the establishment, as it kills any relationship with Golden Herd and entertainer. As of now entangled in contention, such an affiliation could block the new beginning that is being looked for by confining from the past It takes into consideration the investigation of new and inventive bearings, particularly offered James Gunn's yearning to reprieve away from any components attached to Zack Snyder's laid-out plot. It's actually significant that there have been questions raised about whether Golden Herd's depiction of Mera is liable for the apparent inadequacies of Aquaman 2. Anyway, data from test screening proposes that Golden Herd and her personality Mera have restricted screen time in the film. Regardless of this, a few fans are as of now keeping their word to blacklist the film, a responsibility they made during the Johnny Depp slander preliminary, stating that the film would battle in the cinema world, assuming Golden Herd stayed a piece of it. Apparently, this expectation might be happening as expected, as many know Golden Herd has encountered a critical decrease in her job, contrasted with her appearance in the main portion of the DC expanded universe. She has credited this decrease to the maligning preliminary she was engaged